Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the overall portfolio performance over the last 7 days, two-factor authentication and why you should use it, and more. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and like this video. It really does help the channel grow, and the YouTube algorithm helps this video get shown to more people. So, it really does help support the channel. So smash that subscribe button, please. If you haven't already checked out our blog, link is in the description, or you can head over to Inkmattic.com, where we've got a bunch of blog posts around personal finance. Two of the most recent blog posts that we have on the site. The first one is Tide versus Starling, business accounts, a full review. And the second one is about Plum Money Management app. Worth checking out if it's the right app for you to manage your money. Both links are in the descriptions, and let's get started. Trading212 continually innovates their platform and adding new features. They did add a new one this week, which is a security feature, and which I highly recommend turning on, which is two-factor authentication, 2FA. I use it for a number of products that I use, such as Cloudflare and Twitter, for example. So I use it a lot, and I highly recommend setting this up and just securing your account, because you are essentially adding an extra layer of security to protect your money from hackers and that kind of stuff. So I highly recommend it, and there are some useful apps. Essentially, 2FA is basically every time you sign in or to a new device, or you can set it up so every time you sign in, you will need to enter a 6-digit key, which is time-based. So you will need to enter it within a 30-second window, I guess. Head over to the description below where you can see the post for this, or you can just enable it in your settings. You'll be given a backup code, and you need to keep that backup code safe, just so you can, if you ever forget your password or lose the app itself, then you can always access this. For example, if your phone dies and you need access to it, then you have that backup code to regain access to your account. So I highly recommend keeping that safe. There are a number of authentication apps, such as from Google, LastPass, but I really highly recommend Authy, because it gives you that multi-device syncing between them. So if you add a code from your iPhone, it will sync it up to your desktop, and you have basically a multi-platform where you can access these codes, and it's always within reach. And it's made by Twilio, so it's a highly reputable company. As you know, they have been smashing it in the stock market recently. So I think they're about $330 now, so absolutely killing it. And best of all, it's free. So let's move on to the portfolio overview now. As you can see, the portfolio is now at £9,372.06. I've invested £9,535.11. I am down £163.05. That's 1.71% in the red. It has been a really good recovery week, but it has kind of fallen off towards the end of the week. So if we look at around Wednesday, I was actually minus £24.76. That was around, if I can get that back again. Oh, missed it. 0.26% in the red. So I've had a massive recovery from around £917 around the 25th of September, and it's had continuous growth or recovery. I'd probably say recovery, and that's pretty much down to two main stocks. Obviously, some of them have had quite a big impact, but two of them are the majority of this recovery anyway. So I think overall it has been a really good week, and I'm really happy with that. I do hope it will continue to increase, and hopefully we can get back into the green. I was so close, minus £24, and now I'm back to minus 163. So I'm not too worried about it. I do think, in long term, it is going to continue to grow. Like I said, in terms of dividends, October is going to be a very slow month for me for dividends. However, November, I do have some big ones coming in, so I'm really excited about that. So a few stocks that have actually done really well this week, and this is Cloudflare. Cloudflare is actually up 25.8% in the last week. And if we look at the month, it is up 62.24%, which is insane. I'm really happy with Cloudflare. It is, like I said previously, it is a long-term stock for me, and I will be holding this for at least 5 to 10 years. So I have no intention of selling it right now. And I think it will continue to grow as the economy goes into a second lockdown. As you know, London has gone into lockdown, or essentially curfew, or whatever it's called now. Kind of lost terms with it, but they've got a tier system now, tier 1, 2 and 3. I'm personally located in tier 1, but London I think is in tier 2 or 3. I can't quite remember. But yeah, so I think this is definitely going to play a huge part. I've also noticed that Fastly, which is their competitor, has also been doing really well. If you look at what they were around March, it was around I guess I did take a screenshot of this on Twitter last night, and it was around $11, and it has grown since March, and it did a high of 100 and something, if I can get that scrubber thing, 126, but it is 84 now, so it is coming back down. So I'd be interested to know what your thoughts on this. Why is it starting to drop? Do you think it's market correction, or do you think there was quite a lot of hype around Cloudflare 1 and maybe Fastly was going to release something similar to that? I'd be interested to know what you guys think. Would you invest in Fastly? Personally, I think it's too expensive right now. But the same question goes out for Cloudflare. Would you continue to buy on it? What's your expectations for Cloudflare? Do you think Cloudflare 1 is going to be a huge success? Leave a comment down below with your thoughts on those two. I'd be really keen to know your perspective on this. So with Cloudflare, I've got 15 shares. I'm up £462.91. That's 217.16% in the green. So I'm really happy with that. Obviously, my returns have been impacted by about 3% due to the FX rate. So I'm really happy overall with that, and that is a really good return. Moving on to Energy Transfer, it has had a really good week, and it has gained a lot, but then also lost quite a bit as well. So on the week, it is up 2.37%. It did hit a high of $6.47 according to Trading 212, and it's back down to $6.04. So overall, I'm down £127.68. That's 6.25% in the red. However, the FX impact is working in my favour and reducing my losses by 0.38%. So overall, I'm really happy with Energy Transfer, and I do think it's going to continue to increase as it's coming up to its next ex-dividend date, or it's due to be declared. So I'm expecting around $120 on this. So hoping they haven't cut it as planned, I should be getting about $120 with that, and there isn't any withholding tax on this, which is awesome. So I'm really buzzing for this one, and that should go into another stock. I particularly won't be putting the dividends into Energy Transfer. I don't think I will at the moment, but we'll see how that goes. So with DS Smith, is currently at £3.13. I've got 30 shares. I am down £3.39. That's 3.48% in the red. My average price is at £3.24. Let's round up £3.25. So I think in terms of DS Smith, they are in quite a good segment to be in right now, especially with consumer packaging and plastics. So, corrugated cardboards that you get from Amazon. And I think as the UK is going into a lockdown, I think that, demand for packaging is definitely going to increase, especially as the consumer habits change. As now, we're kind of more used to online orders and just ordering stuff online and expecting it to be delivered rather than going in store. So I think in that terms, I think the society is changing towards online orders or online shopping, and I think packaging is definitely going to be a big thing. But I think what raises the question is sustainable packaging. So I've had a look at what DS Smith have on their website, and they've got a few things about them that kind of interest me in terms of an ethics standpoint. In terms of the sustainability section, they do have quite a few things that I found really interesting that I do think is a great thing for a company to have, which is manufacture 100% of reusable recycled packaging by 2025 and grow their net positive recycling position. So I think that is something, especially for a packaging standpoint, is definitely something that is definitely going to look pleasing for potential clients that they're going to have. They also have supplier standards as well to ensure 100% of their suppliers comply with their sustainability standards by 2025. Carbon and energy, they want to reduce their CO2 emissions by 30% by 2030 per ton. This is against a 2015 baseline. And water stewardship, I'm not really sure what that means, but achieve a zero water impact by 2030. Waste and recycling, send zero waste to landfill by 2030. So I think all these are really good for the environment and for a packaging standpoint, especially for a consumer. That's definitely a selling point for me, especially like if I am going to buy a product, let's say from Amazon, but they're using sustainable packaging, then yeah, I'm more likely to go with them. Or if another company is doing it over Amazon, then I'd probably choose them if it's like, within a certain amount, within reason. So yeah, I wouldn't mind paying a little bit extra just for that sustainability. Although DS Smith does have a lot of debt, I do think they're going to do quite well during another lockdown. But I'm personally going to be holding right now, just because I think it's kind of a hold at this current price at £3.13. But if it does go below £3, I might look at adding a few more shares in that. But yeah, leave a comment down below what you think. Alibaba has had a really good week as well. It is up 2.48%, but on the month it has actually done phenomenally well. It's up 10%, and it is broken past 300, so it's at $307, which isn't too bad. I'm really happy with it, and I think in terms of a long play for a Chinese stock, Alibaba is probably a really good bet to play. I know a lot of people have been talking about NIO. I think NIO is a good play as well. However, I love NIO's idea of the actual physical battery switch for a Chinese company, although the reputation of Chinese companies aren't that great. And I think in terms of them breaking out to the international market, I think that's going to be really sketchy. But I'd be really interested to know what you guys think about that. With the UK market, it is kind of stagnant. And a lot of people saying that there isn't much growth in it, but I'd love to know what are your favorite UK stocks in terms of long-term growth or even short-term growth. I'd be interested to know what you guys think or what you guys are looking at, whether it be in AIM stocks or in the FTSE 100. I'll be interested to know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. And if you're wondering what app this is, it's the Trading 212 app. Head over to ink.yt/trading 212 and you'll get a free share worth up to £100. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and like this video. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm. Moving on to the airline industry, I'm really keen to know what you guys think about it and where do you think it's heading. I know a lot of countries are, putting their restrictions up in terms of lockdown, curfews, etc. And especially the UK isn't an exception either. We are going into essentially lockdown version 2, essentially. So I'd love to know what you guys think about the airline industry. Do you think there's going to be support for them to continue doing business? Do you think it's going to increase? Or even, is there going to be stricter measures on quarantine between different countries? I think personally it's going to be pretty tough for them, and even the airline manufacturers like Airbus and Boeing, which I do have, and I'm kind of debating on whether to sell them and then buy them back at a lower price. I haven't quite decided what my plans are for that, but I'd also love to know what you guys think about airlines. For example, IAG, I know that recently they got a 20 million fine for a previous data breach, and that's definitely going to hit them hard, especially in this period in time. But in terms of future growth and future outlook, what do you guys think? Do you think they're going to pull through, or do you think it's probably better to buy them in a couple months down the line, and hopefully things do return back to normal, they find a cure for COVID? But yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think about it. In terms of an airline play, is there anything that you're looking at? Is that going to be American Airlines, Delta, IAG, EasyJet? Is there anything that you're particularly looking at? I'd love to know what you think. Leave a comment down below, and if you're interested in using any of these free platforms, you can get 3 free shares just by signing up to the links on screen or in the description for Trading 212, Stake, and Free Trade. That is my preference in that order. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and if you do sign up, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to know what share you got. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in episode 52.